Okay, so someone in the car parking multiplayer Reddit was saying that they were having trouble pretty much stancing their R33 because they were saying that their wheels kept glitching through their fenders and stuff. And I tried to make a video just now, but it just came out really bad, so I redid it. So this is not what my R33 looked like before that video. I was changing it up to like show tips and stuff, but so this is how it looks right now. But we're gonna go into the shop and I'm gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna start from scratch. Reset the wheel size, confirm. Okay, and we're going to also oh my gosh, move this thing out of the way now. Okay. Going to make it really tall also. So I'm gonna do this completely from scratch to show you. Okay, so this is, move that over. This is the default wheel size. I didn't fix the camber. Hold on. Let's make that straight. Save. Boom. This is a default wheel size. But often the cars will also have. Usually they do not have this rim size thing like that. It's usually like that. So yeah. This is what people do. I think this is what people do. Like, I've never done this, so I'm guessing. But I think what people tend to do to try and like stance their car is they'll just they'll put on wheels. Let's first. I'm trying to think what to do first. Let's just freaking. Let's make these like a little smaller. Like, that's insane. Let's just go that big, whatever. Let's go back. Let's just friggin' camera this thing out. Freaking. Well, let's offset in there a little bit so we're not like. Slam this thing on the ground, man. Yep, stanced R33. Let's do it. Boom. Let's get that rear. Slam it. Boom. Look at that. Stanced R33. Perfect, right? Beautiful. Okay, but this is where people run into problems. They go in here. They go to drive their car, and this is what the person on Reddit was saying. They're having trouble with the wheel glitching through the fenders, because, yes, and I think this is just what happens. People's wheels are usually just too big, and they just don't know. The wheel's just too big. And yeah, it's gonna glitch through the fenders. Does it look good? It looks pretty darn good, I'm not gonna lie. But if you want to go for realism, you don't want your wheel glitching through the fender like that. That's unattractive. So let's go back, and I'm gonna show you how I do this, and I stance like every single one of my cars, and make sure that the wheels always are not glitching through the fenders. Sorry, my brain broke for a second, but so like this S13, like this is like perfect fitment, and the wheel does not glitch through the fenders at all. I'll just show you really quick, just so you believe me. Here we are, S13. Boom. full lock on the wheel. Not a single wheel glitched through the fender. And I could camber out the rear if I wanted to. I'm just going for this look because the drift life. I can't drift. I can't drift at all, but I like the look of it. So let's go back to the R33 because that is the car at hand. And I'm going to show you how to, I guess, properly stance your car if you want to get your wheels not glitching through the fenders. So first of all, always wheel size always has to be fully down to the last notch. This is true for almost all cars. Some cars have like really big fender wells, fender wells, which is just, the fender well is just underneath the fender. And yes, I think we all know what a fender is. That is the fender right here. That is the fender. So wheel size always down, all the way down. Rim size, again, true for all cars if you want to get as low as possible. If you want to get as low as possible and not have your wheels glitch through the fenders, then yes, wheel size all the way down. Rim size, again, this is again true for all cars if you want to get as low as possible. Rim size either 1 notch up or 2 notches up. Kind of just depends on whether you want more tire showing or less tire showing. Bigger rim or smaller rim. The smaller rim style can look better on like older Japanese cars. Or it can look good if you just, if it's your preference. For this, I'm going to go with the 1 notch. And then the width of the wheel. Oh my god, it won't let me. Jesus Christ, hold on. Okay, the width always has to be all the way up. Also, all the way up. You want the widest wheel possible because that will guarantee more stretch on your tire. And really quick, I'm going to explain. I mean, some of us are really hip to stance cars. We know all this terminology, but stretch tires are key to stancing a car, getting it low, and getting the fitment nice. When you have the rim size set to like 1, it as you can see, the tire is more at a 90-degree angle. I'll show you. This part of the tire is more of like a sharp angle. But when you increase the size to a notch up, it makes it more curved. And that's what you want to get better fitment. If you increase it again, it's a little even more curved. And so if you are 2 notches up, that it actually will give you the most, like, your best chance of getting the best fitment. But like I said, you'll have more tire and less rim. So yeah, width all the way up, because that will stretch your tire the most. That's basically what we're going for, is the most stretched tire, because that gives you the best fitment. But so this is where it gets a little unfortunate, because if we're being realistic, and you don't want your wheels to glitch through your fenders, you're not always going to be able to get as low as you want to. Your car is just not going to get as low as you want it to, unfortunately. Unless you sacrifice your style of fitment. So this is completed here, but let me edit the actual fitment now. So because like this is like crazy looking right now. So if we want to keep this camber, so let me show you. I think I'm almost positive these wheels are going to, sorry, wrong button. I'm gonna turn the wheel and show you. I'm pretty sure the front wheels are gonna glitch through the fenders. I mean, they're really sunken in right now to into the fender wells, so it might not go through the fenders, but I'm gonna turn the wheel and boom, it still goes through a little bit. And plus, who wants front fitment like that? That is like so extremely tucked in. Not unless that's what you like, you know, like, but like if that's not what you want to go for, if you want to go for more of a flush fitment, then yeah, this is not it. This is not it. So let's go back. R33 sounds beautiful. So if you want to get good flush fitment, let's say I want my front wheels to be like this, maybe slightly tucked, but like much better flush fitment. So you already saw that even with it sunken in, it went through the fenders a little bit. This is obviously going to go through the fenders a lot because we pushed the wheel even closer to the fender. So you have to raise the car up if you want the wheel to not glitch through the fender. You have to raise the car up in the front only, but obviously if you lift the front up, get that up here, if you lift the front up, then obviously your car is going to start looking tilted backwards, so you're going to have to lift the back up a little bit too, unless you want to go for that tilted backwards look. But for this car, I want to avoid that for this specific build. And like I said, it's cars, stance in cars, it's like art. It's subjective. Some people like their cars tilted backwards. Some people like sunken in fitment, or tucked is the correct terminology. Some people like tucked wheels. Some people like flush fitment. I'm going for this kind of like semi-tucked, semi-flush fitment. So yeah, this height is not gonna work. I can just tell it's gonna glitch through the fenders again. So let's raise it up a little more, and like I said, this is where it gets kind of disappointing, depending on the car you have. The R33, I've already experimented with it, and it just doesn't want to get low with good fitment, unless you decrease the camber, because when you have your wheels cambered fully, it increases how much the wheel is taking up in the fender wells. And so you have to have your car higher up if you have more camber. But just for the sake of this example, we're gonna go with full camber for ultimate stance car mode, I guess. So this fitment, this height, I think it might work. So we're just gonna leave it at this height. And for rear, let me go look at this real quick. Yeah, this is like so, oh my god, it's so tilted backwards. It's like ridiculous. Not what we're going for, but kind of looks dope, but not what we're going for. We're going to, yeah, no, that's not, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, let's raise the rear up a little bit, maybe like that much. I can leave it a little bit tilted backwards, just so the rear is not way up in the air. But like I said, if this fitment doesn't glitch through the fenders, this is literally like as low as you're gonna get with full camber, or incline as it says. Incline. This is camber, aka tilty wheels. Tilting your wheels, camber, incline. I don't know why they call it incline, it's weird, but yes, this is literally as low as the R33 will go with full camber. Like, I've experimented with this car. This is as low as it's gonna get with like semi-flush fitment. And even now, I think the wheel might glitch to the fenders, but we'll see. So let's just change the rear. Let's get it like boom right there. Because the rear is just the rear. It's just the rear. Oh my god. It's just the rear. You don't worry about turning with your rear wheels, so your fitment can be really close. Obviously, you don't want your rear fitment to be like this, because that's through the fenders already. You don't want it to be too close either, like this, because that's also going to glitch through the fenders on every bump you hit. So you want it to be realistic. You know, we're going for realism here, so you want to be a little bit under, so you don't glitch through on a bump. So this is our final fitment here. Like I said, it's a little tilted backwards. Not very low, as you can see, because it's just how the R33 is. Because if we could get smaller wheels, then we could go lower. But this game is just like that. Sometimes the wheels are too big. Sometimes they can go really small. But I have found that lots of times the wheels are just too big. Like, the smallest wheel size is still too big to get like a really low, nice stance on many cars. But a lot of cars also are really good for stancing. So yeah, let's just go and check out if this fitment works. Okay, so let's see. And I moved the whole. Damn it. Okay, let's keep on. Oh, does this actually work? Wow, I'm surprised. I'm very. Hold on, let's go in the light. I'm very surprised this fitment worked. Wow. Nice. Very nice. But as you can see, it's not crazy flush fitment. It's, like I said, it's like semi-tucked. But that's just how this game is. You know, if you could modify the tire settings themselves and stuff, and like modify how much tire profile you have, how much stretch you have on the tire, then you could like really achieve really good fitments. But we're working with what we have, and this is what we have here. So this is a stanced R33 right here, full camber, and that was a tutorial on how to stance a car without your wheels going through your fenders. Yeah. I want to see if there's anything else I can show you. I don't want this video to be super long. It's already 18 minutes long, so let me just show you really quick. Let me just show you. When we take away all that camber, you can see tire pokes through. Well, it doesn't poke through, but the tire pokes out. Because when you increase camber, the top of the tire goes up into the fender wells, and so it's closer to the top of the fenders, which means you can't get as low as you want. But with the fronts not cambered so much, we can then put that offset back down, and let's have this kind of fitment here. And now, see, look how tall we are. We can actually go lower in the front now. Not a ton, which is sad, but we can go a little bit lower. I think this fitment is gonna go through the fenders, but we'll see. And I like to not leave my rears cambered like crazy. I'm gonna straighten the rears out a little bit, and let's go like that. So like for the R33 in particular, if you want to get as low as possible, you want to avoid like huge amounts of incline / camber. So now let's go back into here to see if the fitment works. But I just wanted to show you that camber affects fitments and the height of the car a lot. Depends, again, it depends. This is just the R33. Every car is pretty much different in this game. I have a Cadillac CTS that I can show you in another video. It has a lot of camber, full camber, but it's even lower than this car. Because the fenders are just different. So, yes, this works. This works. Wow, it's like really close, but it works. The closer the better. Closer the better without glitching through the fenders. That's what I like to see. And if we look around the car, a lot lower than before. A lot lower. This is how I had my R33 pretty much. Before I did that first video that sucked. This is pretty much how I had it. Just straight wheels because I wanted it to look really low. So yeah, that's what we're working with here. And yeah, so that is how to stance your R33 without wheels glitching through the fenders. Alright.